What is up, guys? Welcome back to Table Talk. This is Kid and Kam. It's Tuesday night. It's about 10 o'clock right now. The rankings have been released. We've let them set in. Everybody's reactions on the internet. We're going to give ours. I'm seeing some, it's not too many out of the ordinary things. There's one big one that we're probably going to spend the most time talking about. But, there's a lot of teams where we don't think they should be there. They should be there, We're just going to give you our take on it. Okay, so the first team that honestly stands out to me as I'm looking at it for the first time, let's see. I think it's going to be BYU. BYU. That's the one the one you got to talk about the most. I'm looking up this list. You got Big Ten teams, they could be there. You got Marshall 7-0, Coastal Carolina. Who cares about them? They're doing good for their first time ever. But BYU at 14. They were entering this week. They were what, 9 or 8, something like that.
Yeah, they're pretty high.
And then they fall over to 14 when the playoff. And see, look, I understand that our rankings that just came out just the other day when we were talking about the JT Daniels situation and all that. Mm-hmm. We did our rankings in that at the end of the podcast, and I had BYU. I think I had them at 6, and I said that's the highest I'm ever going to put them unless they play more games and all that. They said that they weren't going to play any games. They're going to see how the playoff shakes out. Or the first ranking shakes out, it's decided they're going to play more games. So we're seeing more BYU this season, other than this next game against, who was it, San Diego State? Mm. So we're probably going to see more BYU. Washington did reach out to them, but I don't think they're going to take that because Pac-12 is kind of sketchy with their scheduling, as in the schedules favor the Pac-12, whoever they schedule. But BYU, give your thoughts on that, because I think I've already given my thoughts last podcast.
I think it's foolish, and I'm just kind of curious as to what the college committee needs. Look. We're Georgia fans, but there's no reason Georgia should be at rank number 9. This whole thing is just flawed. But we talk about BYU. I'm talking about one of the most prolific offenses in the nation. It's top 5.
Top 5 offense, easy.
If we're being realistic, and it's led by quarterback Zach Wilson, first round draft pick for sure. But
I just seen a mock draft earlier. It was like he was going number 4 to Washington. I was like, I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, but my thing is how that's not gonna happen. Yeah, who dropped that mock draft?
It was CBS, I think. CBS Sports.
Oh yeah. No, CBS don't know what they be talking about. So you got one of the most prolific offenses. You got one of the greatest. We got one of the best quarterbacks in the nation in Zach Wilson. A Heisman, top 3, I think. And
in my eyes, he's a top 3. I don't think in the rest of people, because you got Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, and Justin Fields, and Kyle Trask.
Yeah, I just don't see how BYU can be ranked number 14. I'm looking at teams ahead of them that I know they could beat. BYU could beat Miami. I definitely think they can handle Northwestern. You got Northwestern at 8. Cincinnati.
I can give you Cincinnati. These. I can run down the list right now from 13 and up. They're beating Ohio. They're beating Iowa State. They're beating Indiana, beating Oklahoma, beating Miami. They'll probably beat Georgia. They'll outscore the mess out of us. I feel like their first challenge is going to be
quarterback. With JT Daniels at quarterback,
they're going to outscore us. And especially how our defense plays. And then Cincinnati, I think Cincinnati or Northwestern is going to be their first challenge. I haven't really seen Northwestern play.
I'm surprised. I think Cincinnati and BYU should be flipped. Didn't Cincinnati just struggle with UCF?
I don't pay attention to Cincinnati like that.
It was like a 4-point game. It's like a 4-point game or something like that. And how was Cincinnati at 7? I wouldn't even.
I think their main reason is because they always say strength of schedule, but if you look at it as a conference standpoint, you got Cincinnati there in the American Conference, and you got BYU who's in an independent school, so they schedule whoever they want whenever they want. So, you got to just look. that's why everyone thinks that BYU should join the Mountain West with Boise State and all them. But BYU, they're a Mormon school, I think it is. Something like that. And they don't like playing certain basketball schedules and all that could be messed up with their religion. They don't like to play on those days. There was something like that. I watched a video on it a while back, and that's why main reason people said that they can't join the Mountain West or they don't want to.
Yeah, I don't understand that ranking, putting BYU all the way down at 14. If anything, I'm like, the lowest should have been 9, 8. They could be over Georgia. Come on, they could be over Georgia, and and I'm a Georgia fan.
going up the list is Georgia. Georgia's the next team. Yeah. That is the next team. We should not be in the top 10. We are Georgia fans. No. We should not be in the top 10.
No.
We should have stayed at 12. Stayed at 12 or went up to 11 and won.
Yep. Definitely shouldn't have been ahead of 10. I'm going to tell you right now. Do I think Georgia could win a game against Oklahoma? No. Listen to me right now. And it's not even the fact, like, listen, don't get me wrong. Georgia's a great team. It's just this season's wasted. Like, we don't need to be in the top 10 because we're not making the playoff. There's just no reason for us to be a top 10 team. I don't understand what the committee. It's like when we lost to LSU and we were ranked I think it was 4, and we went from 4 to 5 after getting beat by 27 against LSU. Mm-hmm. It's like, what does the committee see in Georgia that we don't as fans? I just don't understand why we're that high. The disrespect to BYU is just massive, man. And then you got Ohio State. Ohio State's got a pretty easy cakewalk to the playoff if you look at it. They're gonna have to face Northwestern in the Big Ten championship, and let's just be real here. We know how that's gonna turn out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Ohio State ain't losing that game. It's gonna be close at first, right? It's gonna be close at first, and then Ohio State's just gonna go stupid.
Well, the thing is, for Georgia, for me, is I feel like the reason that these people that I don't know what they're called, the committee, the playoff committee, I think that what they see in Georgia, obviously number one, it's an SEC school. They they play some of the toughest talent, but then again, you know what I'm saying, like, the Big Ten is looking better each and every year. The Big 12 has looked strong in these past 2 years, like this year and last year. They've kind of looked strong. But, I mean, number 9, we have 2 losses, Bama and Florida.
Yeah. Pretty much our 2 important games. We scored 14 points against Kentucky. Scored 14 points against Kentucky.
Yeah, 14 against Kentucky. I mean, the only thing that I can see where they're like, okay, yeah, this team made a huge jump is putting JT at quarterback. Yeah. Our offense looked a lot better, but then again, like the strongest thing coming into our season was we have a new offense and we have Jamin Newman. Before week 1, the strongest thing about our team was our defense, and hopefully Dwan Mathis can play good. Now we're looking at the team, we're like, okay, our offense is obviously looking better than our defense now. Our defense doesn't look good at all. Our defense, the best game our defense, I think the last good game our defense played was against Auburn. And that's what it looks like. Yep. I mean, you can't tell me that they played good against any other team.
You could say Kentucky, I guess. I mean, they had.
But Kentucky's not like that. I don't think Kentucky's like that. I mean, Kentucky, they had that one good year. They go like 10-2, something like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they went that. I don't know if they went 10-2. It was something like that. They had a lot of wins. They was really good that year.
Yeah, I think there was a year they were like 9-3, because when we played them, they were 8-2, and they were like a top. They were ranked like 14 or something. Or maybe even top 10. I don't remember. I remember that year we played.
They had Benny Snell.
Yeah, it was the year we played in Kentucky, and I remember the crowd was going like stupid before the game started. I was like, wow.
Josh Allen, Benny Snell.
Yep.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. DeAndre
Swift. Yep. Absolutely dominated.
But I mean, either way, like we haven't played anyone good except for Florida and Bama. You can't sit here and convince me that Auburn's good.
No, they're not.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I mean, yeah, their only losses are Georgia and Bama.
You're not gonna convince me that Tennessee is good. Tennessee had a lot of hype, but after just seeing them, like, there's not an impressive win. It's not.
Well, the thing is that, like, they were 3-0 coming against us.
Oh, Tennessee, yeah, they were undefeated.
Yeah. It was like 3-0.
They had a winning streak.
They had the huge winning streak, longest in the nation or something like that. Longest in the SEC, longest in the nation. One of them. They had a turnover streak where they haven't turned the ball over. They played us. They turned the ball over like 3 times. One of them lost, obviously, and then they haven't been the same since. Auburn, we exposed them, I guess. I don't know what Auburn's problem was. Auburn played Kentucky and they struggled against them. I mean, I feel like Kentucky's one of those teams that, like, they can keep it close, but they're not winning the game. They like the Chargers. They are the Chargers. They don't have the team though. They don't have that roster like the Chargers. But they, like, score-wise, they like the Chargers because they kept it close with Auburn. They kept it close with us. Never mind. I just thought about it. They played Bama and got smacked 63-3, wasn't it? Like, I just thought about it. That was like this past weekend. But yeah, I mean, Georgia hasn't played anybody like that. I mean, top 2 teams we played are ranked ahead of us. They smacked us by a lot.
Yep.
And, like, we couldn't even score a touchdown. We couldn't score anything in the second half against Bama. I didn't get to watch the Florida game. I was working. But, I mean, the score update, like, all I remember, check my phone, Zeus ran the first play for a touchdown. It was, like, one of the first plays on the first drive.
We were up 14-0, actually. We still lost.
And, like, I was like, hold on, we might do something. Because I thought I knew we were probably going to lose. But I was like, hey, we might be able to win. And then I don't check my phone for the rest of the game. And then I go on my lunch break and we lost. Or no, whenever I went on my lunch break, it was like third quarter, something like that. Yeah, and like we made a change. We put Dewan in.
Oh my god,
terrible. Anyways, man, the rest of the rankings. I mean,
next team I got to talk. Like I said,
Texas A&M in front of Florida.
Yes,
I understand Texas A&M beat them.
They beat them.
Come on, Florida's
the right thing to do. Listen. Florida is in a situation like I want to say Georgia back in 2017. You beat Bama, you get in. We were ranked number 6. We moved to 4. That's all you got to do. Or no, we moved to 3 because we played Oklahoma. And Bama.
But we beat Auburn. We didn't beat Bama.
Yeah, I know that.
So what was your point there?
My point is that Florida has to win the SEC championship in order to get into the playoff.
Yeah, but Texas A&M in front of them though.
Texas A&M beat them. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, but I mean, the committee, one of the big things they always say is they want the strongest teams. Florida's obviously a stronger team, obviously.
But you can't put Florida over Texas A&M. They beat them. It's that simple, to be honest. And I'm looking at Florida. The Florida-Georgia game, like, I get it. Like, it's a good win for Florida, obviously. They didn't beat Georgia in, 3 years? But at the same time, Georgia had a lot of injuries. Beating their defense isn't really that impressive, as you can see now. It's really not. Georgia, like, literally, listen. We've had this world-class Georgia has had this world-class defense for 2 seasons. And every team with a good offense
and we still have
that
they've
played.
We still have the recruits. Like, we still get the recruits like that.
And listen. Georgia's played, I want to say, 3 teams with a dominant offense. Like, I'm talking about sensationally dominant. 3 teams in the last 2 seasons. Those 3 teams were LSU, Bama, and Florida. And what all happened in those games? Were they close?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yep. So it doesn't matter, man. Like I said, like, Florida beating Georgia, that was good. It'd be nice if we could have had, I don't know, Richard LeCount on the field, maybe.
Keely Ringo, we needed that boy.
They didn't even have to listen, but at the same time, didn't Kyle Pitts get injured in like the second quarter, and they still just rocked us?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch the game, but I know he's injured now. So I mean, he must have gotten injured our game.
They still smacked us. So I guess that equals it out. I like Florida at 6. I like Texas A&M at 5. Actually, I don't like Florida at 6. Actually, I'll give it to them. But I do. I think Clemson. I think Clemson should be at 5, and either Texas or Florida should have been at 4. Ohio State up to 3, because I think they're forgetting that Clemson did lose a game. But Clemson is one of the 4 best teams in the league. It's that simple. But it would have made sense because Clemson has to play Notre Dame again, and the winner out of that could have gotten into the playoff. So typically, we would have had like almost 2 semifinal games.
Yeah, but then again,
that's just
this is
in my
the first
opinion.
ranking. I mean, you still got, let's see, for the ACC,
Yeah.
how many games they playing? 10?
Bama's got the Iron Bowl, and then
the
ACC. They got LSU.
ACC.
Oh, ACC. ACC started
they
before
got 10.
everyone. They should be done soon. Yeah, they should
so
be done soon.
They got 2 weeks left.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you got to think that if they rank Clemson lower, let's say they rank Clemson lower, like 5 or something like that, and then Florida and Texas A&M, Cincinnati, Northwestern all turn up. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta be like, well, I mean, Clemson is one top 4 teams in the nation, but we got to give this respect to these other teams because they're kind of balling right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Cincinnati, but Florida, Texas A&M, Northwestern.
Cincinnati's gonna fold. I'm not worried about Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm not.
They're gonna fold. They're gonna
lose. They gonna do exactly like SMU did last year, like UCF does.
Yeah, they're gonna fold.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I said, they just barely beat UCF, and they got them ranked at 7. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Oh, we got our bowl matchup ranked at 23. Oklahoma State. They were looking so good at the start of the season, then they just fell off.
They were looking good 2 weeks ago.
They lost.
They were looking good 2 weeks ago. I don't know what happened. I think what was it? They met Texas and Oklahoma and back to back, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Sad.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I thought they were gonna win the Big 12.
Texas and Oklahoma both played pretty bad to open the season, but let's just be real. They're still good teams. I never thought they were bad teams.
What Spencer Rattler was doing.
Yeah, it seems like he's gotten a little bit more comfortable, and I like Oklahoma at 11. They got some decent wins. Definitely not going to the playoff, but I like Oklahoma at 11. Honestly, them and Georgia could be a potential matchup in the. Actually, speaking of that, I doubt it because I don't know. It depends because Georgia. There's no way Georgia gets a New Year's Bowl, considering it'll either be given.
It'll either be given to Texas A&M, Florida.
Texas A&M and Florida, whoever doesn't get in. So I think, Georgia, there's no way. I think we'll be like, we'll be in the Capital One like Bama was.
Unless we get like some favoritism thrown at us, there ain't no way. Cause I don't know. I don't know if there's tie-ins anymore. There has to be.
I know every team in the nation makes a bowl game, which I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Every team in the nation makes a bowl game?
Yeah, there's no. Well, actually, not every team, but there's no win limit. Like, there's no win limit.
Oh, they probably just take the best teams.
Yeah, they're just gonna pick people, to be honest. So let's just hope Georgia gets somebody easy. I'd take Miami, to be honest. I feel like we could handle that.
I'll take Iowa State.
I'll take Cincinnati. That's an easy W.
I'll take Cincinnati, Iowa State, Oregon, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, Coastal Carolina, Marshall.
Did you say Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon. They 3-0, but they barely beat.
I don't think their offense is.
They barely beat a UCLA team without their star player. Like the legit I forget his name.
Yeah,
though.
Oregon doesn't have.
He's a monster though.
Oregon doesn't have that guy that's the quarterback for the Chargers.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, they don't have that guy anymore.
Yeah, I know.
That guy who's about to win offensive rookie of the year in the NFL. They don't have him anymore.
Burrow, man.
Which is weird because he gets to the NFL and he's like playing at this like prime level, and I'm like, why weren't you doing this at Oregon?
He was though. He was balling at Oregon.
He wasn't playing like he's playing in the NFL. I mean, yeah, maybe he didn't have the weapons. Maybe their coach didn't get him the weapons yet. But yeah, I'm like, if you played like this at Oregon, you would have been possibly they'd have been picking him over Joe Burrow. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
let's talk about the top four. We haven't really talked about that too much. We got Bama at 1. I like Notre Dame at 2. They beat Clemson, but Clemson over Ohio State. You agree with that or no?
This is what my ranking would be. I think I already said it. I forget it now. Yeah, I had Bama, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Clemson. It was either that way. Yeah, no. I do it like this because I think Ohio State's ranked above them in real life. I don't know, but I know I would put Ohio State down 1 to 4. Okay. I think they were ranked 3rd in the AP last week. But Ohio State, Indiana's still a good team, but they barely beat Indiana. They were ranked 9th at the time. I think they ranked 12th, something like that now, 13th. But let's see, Bama, yeah, Notre Dame, yeah. I keep it the same. Ohio State, obviously a top 4 team in the nation. Clemson, I already spoke on that. Notre Dame, they beat Clemson. Bama, that's, everybody knows that. It's just the first 2 out. I don't know if you can keep. I don't know, man. Because I can understand why they have Texas A&M in front of them. It's because they beat them. But Florida below, like, you look at it on paper, Texas A&M beat them. You know what I'm saying? But if you honestly look at it with common sense, Florida's a better team. If we're being real here, Florida's a better team.
Yeah.
I keep the top 6 the same. It's just the first 6. Ranking.
I wouldn't keep the top 6 the same. I'm putting Ohio State over Clemson. I don't feel like Clemson was even punished for losing to Notre Dame. I get it, like, yeah, they didn't have this generational quarterback, but, like, their backup still threw, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns? DJ? So I just don't understand how you can... It's not like they were missing quarterback play. Their quarterback still dominated.
Well, this is the thing. Okay.
So I don't understand how I feel like... Why weren't they really punished for that?
Whenever they played, I think it was Clemson was number 1 or number 2?
They were number 2 because I remember Bama was
number 2. Notre Dame was number 3.
Number 2.
I'm 100% sure Notre Dame was number 3. So whenever they played, they're playing, and they just switched because that game went into overtime. So I mean, like, you can't really punish those teams. I mean, they fought it out. They only won by 1 score.
Yeah, I'm not punishing them. I just think Ohio State. I mean, I just think I'd put Ohio State at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
But Ohio State's defense, man, that's something we got to look at too, because they struggled a bit against Indiana. It was a blowout, and then Indiana came back.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know how late the comeback was, but I know the final score was close. I don't know if the final score depicts how the game actually went, because I remember I saw one score and it was like Ohio State by like 28, something like that. It was like 28-7 or something.
Yeah.
It was a blowout.
Yeah.
And then the final score was close.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know how close Indiana actually got to coming back on that game, but Indiana at number 12.
I feel that.
Think they get a New Year's Bowl, maybe. Doubt it. They got to probably win out.
Mm-hmm.
They could be headed to a New Year's Bowl. Probably will get smacked in it.
Yeah.
Face like Texas A&M or something. I don't think they go. I don't know if they'll be able to handle that SEC. Yeah, but that's going to be it for our college football playoff rankings. A big surprise here. We got, BYU at 12. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I think Alabama and Notre Dame at 1 and 2 is pretty good. Can Notre Dame finally get over the hump of the playoff and finally break through? Guess we'll see. Will BYU find a way to sweep up 10 spots to number 4? Doubt it. Does Georgia deserve to be at number 9? Is Cincinnati good enough to be over Northwestern, Miami, Oklahoma? I mean, even Texas at 17. Is Cincinnati really that good? Should Texas A&M be over Florida, or should Florida be over Texas A&M? Who's the better team? Ohio State, Clemson. Is Alabama the best team in the nation? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you guys are thinking. Until next time, this has been Kid and Kam Table Talk on the College Football Playoff Version 1. Till next time, we'll see you guys.
All right, guys.